The scorching sun beats down on the wastelands of the Badlands, where a small community of survivors struggles to rebuild after the chaos left behind from the first predator incursion. Scarred from past battles, they've learned to live cautiously, setting traps around their settlements and whispering tales of the hunters that once stalked them. But deep in their hearts, they know danger isn't gone. It's only waiting. One night, strange flashes appear in the desert sky, followed by an earth-shaking roar. The settlement elders recognize the signs immediately. The hunters have returned. Panic spreads quickly, and the people scramble to arm themselves with whatever weapons they can find. Unlike before, they vow not to be easy prey this time. A young woman named Rhea, who lost her brother during the first hunt, emerges as a determined fighter among the survivors. Her grief fuels her courage, and she begins organizing groups to patrol the edges of the settlement. The desert wind howls with the smell of sand and blood, and she feels the eyes of something inhuman watching from the darkness. Out in the wastelands, a drifter named Cole discovers the ruins of an old predator camp. Scattered remains of technology hint at something more powerful than the creatures they fought before. He finds a cracked mask, and when he puts it on, it flickers alive, revealing distorted visions of new hunters preparing their weapons. He realizes they're not just coming, they've already arrived. The survivors strengthen their defenses, digging trenches and rigging explosives scavenged from old wars. Tension mounts and mistrust grows within the group. Some believe they should flee into the hills. Others insist that running means certain death. Rhea pushes for unity, knowing that divided people are just easier targets for the hunters. That night, the first predator strikes. It moves silently, killing guards before they can even fire a shot. Its cloaking technology makes it nearly invisible, and its brutal strength leaves survivors trembling in terror. Rhea rallies a few fighters, chasing the creature into the wasteland, only to realize too late that it was bait, an ambush that leaves several more dead. Cole arrives at the settlement carrying the cracked predator mask, warning them that these hunters are different. They're not here just for sport. They're testing new weapons and armor in the Badlands. He believes the community is ground zero for a larger hunt, one that could spread far beyond the desert. His words chill them, but they know he's right. In the days that follow, the survivors adapt. They study the predator's movements, using the mask to predict hunting patterns. Cole shows them weak points in the alien armor, while Rhea trains the younger ones in guerrilla tactics. They become predators themselves, learning to move silently and strike with precision. Meanwhile, one predator breaks from the pack. Unlike the others, it seems to observe the humans closely, sparing them when it has the chance. Rhea notices this and begins to suspect not all of the hunters are united in purpose. This lone warrior's motives remain unclear, but its presence sows confusion among the community. As attacks intensify, the survivors set up an elaborate trap in the ruins of an old military bunker. They lure one predator inside, collapsing walls and pinning it down with explosives. But when they try to finish it, another cloaked hunter intervenes, rescuing its kin in a violent skirmish that leaves the humans barely alive. The message is clear: the predators are stronger together. Cole grows obsessed with the cracked mask, spending nights studying its alien symbols. He begins to understand fragments of their language, piecing together that this hunt is part of a ritual called the culling. The Badlands were chosen as the proving ground, and once complete, more hunters will descend. The survivors are not just defending their lives, they're fighting to stop an invasion. Rhea struggles with the weight of leadership. Her people are dying, resources are low, and faith is crumbling. She confides in Cole, who tells her that sometimes surviving means embracing the cruelty of the land. His words harden her resolve, but she fears losing the humanity that makes them worth saving in the first place. One night, Rhea encounters the lone predator again. It spares her, leaving behind a strange blade etched with markings. She realizes it's not a gift of mercy but a challenge, a recognition that she is a worthy opponent. For the first time, she sees the hunters not as monsters but as warriors bound by rules she doesn't yet understand. The tension among the survivors rises when some begin to interpret the lone predator's actions as a possible alliance. Arguments break out over whether it could be reasoned with, while others see the very thought as betrayal. Rhea finds herself torn between the need to protect her people and the chance to understand their enemy. The uncertainty begins to fracture the fragile unity she fought so hard to build. The settlement prepares for one final confrontation. Using scavenged predator tech and their own ingenuity, they build crude weapons that can pierce alien armor. Children are hidden deep in underground tunnels while the fighters take positions above. The desert becomes eerily silent, as if holding its breath before the storm. The predators arrive in force, their cloaked figures shimmering in the heat waves. The battle erupts violently, with plasma blasts tearing through the sand and human traps detonating in blinding flashes. Screams mix with alien roars as both sides take heavy losses. Amid the chaos, Rhea duels the leader predator, her blade clashing against its wrist-mounted steel. Cole uses the cracked mask to call down an orbital strike meant for the hunters. But the signal also draws more ships from the sky, massive silhouettes descending through the clouds. Realizing the desert will soon be consumed, Cole sacrifices himself, detonating explosives to block the landing zone. His final act buys the survivors precious time. Rhea delivers a fatal blow to the leader predator, collapsing in exhaustion as the creature falls. But instead of killing her, the lone predator emerges, taking the body of its fallen leader and retreating silently. It glances at Rhea one last time, a silent acknowledgement of respect before vanishing into the desert haze. As the survivors regroup, they uncover fragments of predator technology left behind in the battlefield. Among the wreckage, Rhea discovers recordings of other hunts across distant lands, showing humanity's struggle is only one part of a much larger pattern. The scope of the predator presence chills her, but also steels her determination to prepare. Rumors spread among the survivors that the lone predator may return, not as an enemy, but as an uneasy ally against something worse. Rhea doesn't voice it aloud, but she too wonders if a greater threat is looming. Perhaps the hunters are only one tier of a larger hierarchy, and the true enemy has yet to arrive on Earth. The Badlands fall eerily quiet. Survivors crawl from the ruins, battered but alive. Rhea stands at the edge of the settlement, staring at the horizon where predator ships still hover faintly in the sky. She knows this is not the end, only the beginning of a larger war. With the cracked mask in her possession and a growing fire in her heart, Rhea vows to prepare her people for what's coming. The hunters will return, stronger and more ruthless, but so will they. The Badlands have forged them into survivors, and now they are ready to fight not as prey, but as equals. In the aftermath of the battle, the survivors find hope in small victories, fields beginning to grow again, children laughing in hidden corners, and families piecing together homes. But beneath the surface, a restless energy spreads, a constant awareness that the Badlands themselves are changing under the weight of predator blood. Rhea begins forging alliances with other scattered survivor groups across the desert. Traveling with small squads, she carries the cracked mask as a symbol, showing them proof of what they're up against. Some welcome her as a leader, while others see her as cursed, bringing war wherever she goes. Whispers of Cole's sacrifice turn into legend, a story told around fires to inspire strength. Many believe his spirit still guides them, watching over with the cracked mask he unlocked. Rhea, however, knows the truth. Cole's signal did more than call ships. Somewhere out there, the hunters received his transmission, and they are watching. The lone predator is seen once more, far in the desert, standing atop a dune like a shadow against the sun. It does not attack, nor does it vanish. It only watches, as if measuring humanity's progress, waiting to see if they are truly ready for the next hunt. And as the sky darkens with distant thunder and faint echoes of engines beyond the clouds, Rhea knows the Badlands will never again be silent. The war is only beginning, and this desert will be the battlefield where the line between predator and prey finally shatters. The final shot lingers on the cracked mask glowing faintly in Rhea's hand, its symbols shifting like whispers of battles yet to come. The desert wind carries both fear and hope, promising that when the hunters return, the humans of the Badlands will be waiting.